Hey, good afternoon, and welcome to OneTake, a 15-minute interview series with InsurTech executives brought to you by InsurTech Denver. This is a unique series in that there are no edits and no do-overs. I'm Marc Wheeler, co-founder of InsurTech Denver, and with us today is Ross Diedrich, founder and CEO of Covered Insurance. Hello, Ross.
Hey, Mark, thanks for having me. I'm a bit nervous with the one take here.
No, you're good. I'm glad to see you, my friend. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. For those who are not familiar with Covered Insurance, tell us about the company and where you're positioned in the industry.
Yeah, Covered is an InsurTech company located here in Denver. We're focused on property casualty market, but specifically building insurance marketplace as a product technology. We specialize in the B2B2C channel distribution and customer acquisition. So we're really kind of focused on this tech-enabled ecosystem customer acquisition strategy, enabling partners like banks, lenders, brokers to offer their customers and clients the insurance they need when they need it at the point of sale. So you could say we're in the embedded insurance game for PNC.
Sure. Oh, that's great. Well, thank you for that background. I know folks have probably heard of Covered, but it's always great to have the CEO and founder tell us about the business. Now, you're not a native of Denver, and like other InsurTech companies, you came to Denver. Why did you pick Denver as a headquarters for Covered?
There are a lot of reasons why people should pick Denver. For me, it was more of a personal decision, close to family. My brother was here. I love the mountains, skiing, being outdoors. Those were the primary reasons why I thought Denver might be a great long-term home for me personally. I wasn't sure Denver would be the long-term home for me, but after living here for about a year, it was pretty clear that I was ready to stay. I've been really happy with that decision. So shout out to my brother and family for drawing me back.
That's nice. That's nice to have. What have you found relative to resources here, either from tech support, marketing, sales, whatever it may be that you need to support your business? How have you found the Denver marketplace?
Denver, it has a unique group of individuals that are incredibly supportive. I think something that's fantastic from my perspective about Denver is this give first mentality of the Denver, greater Denver Boulder area. Shout out to Techstars for leading the charge in that mentality, but they're great people like yourself, Mark, that are experts and happy to help and love to support entrepreneurs in the dream. So it's a great ecosystem generally. I think the talent pool has really changed over the last few years. And specifically to technology, there's this big draw of West Coast firms, East Coast firms relocating or setting up new offices in the mountain area here. And a lot of employees looking for a better quality of life, which they absolutely find here. So they're staying. So, tech is strong. The talent is strong. There are great seed colleges and technical institutes here. So it inherently has this great pool of young people. And now that we're getting this influx of additional tech companies relocating or opening additional offices, it's booming. A lot of smart people here.
Yeah, it's amazing. You mentioned new companies coming in, and every month you hear about a company that's either opening a second office here or relocating here, and they're coming from internationally. I know there's one that just came from Australia in the financial services area. You see companies coming from California and other places. So you're right. Denver is a hotbed. And I know that the state government has been very focused on supporting insurance and InsurTech as well. So it's great to see all of that.
Well, it's changed a lot. It's changed a lot too. In the last 10 years, I know you've seen it, and it has, the city has drastically changed from primarily oil and gas and real estate to, there's certainly still those industries, but it's really picked up in tech.
Yeah, that's very true. And the investment dollars coming in have picked up as well, which is nice to see. Now, you often hear of friends and classmates, coming together to start a business. But you and Denver-based Glovebox, share a unique situation where both businesses were started with brothers. So share a little bit about, the unique dynamics that brings to a business.
Well, first of all, you hear about all the horror stories, of doing business with family, which, um, is unfortunate because you don't often hear the rewarding stories of the times it goes well. And I think there's a lot to do with perspective, frankly. Um, for me, for Chris and I, this journey has been so special in the sense that not only is it something we've dreamt of since we were little kids together doing lemonade stands and stuff, but it's something we're both really passionate about, and we get to share the successes and the struggles and the ups and downs together. Something that I had witnessed firsthand in the past with startups and founder dynamics, was this underlying deep inherent trust and the importance of that with co-founders. And so for Chris and I to embark on this journey, one of the first conversations we had was, are there other people we should do this with? And, are we doing the brother handshake and pact right now to take this on, through thick and thin, for better or for worse together? And we went in with the perspective that win or lose, we would do it together and we'd support each other. And we've had the right mentality. Nobody's perfect, but we both give it our all. And it has just been so phenomenal to watch my brother grow as a person and a professional, and for us to continue to achieve new heights together makes it even more special. And I I can't imagine doing it any other way. And I'm so glad to have somebody I know and trust so deeply there with me to, crack open a beer when needed, or vent to, and not worry about the, potential consequences of venting to, um, a non-family founder. So it's certainly not easy, for sure. And, we have to keep that in mind always. But, for us, it's worked out, and we have very complementary skill sets. We're very different individuals, and Chris is just an absolutely brilliant guy and insanely detail oriented. And yeah, I'm grateful to be on the journey with him. And we're lucky to have great parents too. I mean, they play a major factor in kind of, arbitrators and counselors and coaches to us, and it's a great family dynamic for us.
Wow, that's great. I mean, you do, as you said earlier, you see the pressure sometimes that puts on family relationships, and you never want business to get in the way. So it's wonderful that you and Chris have been able to come together like that. Which leads me to another question that neither one of you certainly have come out of the insurance industry. I mean, you were in the financial side, and Chris on the science side, if I remember correctly. What brought you into insurance of all things?
Well, there were kind of two key things, honestly. Number one was just the personal demand and personal need, and experiencing a pain point. And I think that shared experience between Chris and I. And number two, it's a huge industry. And you think of guys like, actually, I'm gonna regret saying these names, even like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. Like, these guys are tackling massive industries, and you read Peter Thiel's books, Zero to One, and all these stories about tackling huge industries, and that's how you set yourself up for success. So when Chris and I had the personal experience with insurance and kind of the clunky experience, and saw the opportunity, um, had it been something else that was a smaller market, maybe we would have just moved on. But insurance was so large that it felt like a really big opportunity for us, and very complex and confusing. And I think for Chris, rocket scientist, brilliant mind, for him to tinker and dive in and be curious and learn the nuances of insurance was an exciting thing for him, and for me as well. I like to learn things and solve complex problems, and to go into a new industry, didn't scare us too much. And I think frankly, it's probably for the better. There are certainly times where Chris and I, wish we had a little more deep insurance experience. At this point, I know far more about insurance than I ever thought I would. But we've been fortunate to surround ourselves by really high caliber insurance experts, and that's been a part of the success. But having the outside lens has given us a fresh perspective on how to do things different.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned something that was interesting about, that learning side of it. And, as a CEO and founder, you have to wear a lot of hats. Is there one functional area that you wish you could spend more time in?
Oh, that's a great question. I love psychology and consumer behavior. Chris and I had so much fun in the first year of Covered, where we spent so much time designing experiences and doing surveys and market studies and blind tests. And I really loved the product management side of building Covered. I wish I could spend more time there. I'd say the other area is just general strategy. I spend a lot more time in strategic design and strategic thinking. I find that to just be incredibly exciting, and play 3 or 4 dimensional chess with trying to anticipate where the markets are going. That's a little more of my background with financial analysts and macro environments. So, but yeah, I wish I could spend more time with product. That's probably number one.
Yeah, it's interesting working with consumers and trying to figure out that whole psyche. Well, with all of that as background, what's on the horizon for Covered?
Oh, Mark, I don't know that I can put that out there right now.
Good things. We'll just say
Yes.
Good things, right?
We have some really exciting things in the works right now. We'll have some announcements coming out soon of some initiatives we've been working on. We've got a lot of growth coming our way. The partners continue to stack up. We're so excited about some of the new partners that we have and are onboarding and implementing right now. We've got some really exciting new product launches coming, and just a tremendous amount of team and company growth ahead of us here. We've spent a lot of time recently on our strategic planning, hiring plans, and growth levers, and it's going to be a really exciting 12 to 24 months ahead of us.
Oh, that's great. Well, keep the momentum going, right?
Thank you, my friend.
Well, we have just one more section left here, and we're going to jump into some rapid questions. So are you ready? All right.
Let's do it.
Here we go. Your go-to restaurant.
Lobster Shack.
All right. Favorite comfort food?
Tacos.
Travel, foreign or domestic?
Foreign.
All right. Preferred vacation setting, mountains, ocean, desert, or adventure?
Adventure for sure.
All right. Your music app that you use?
Spotify.
All right. What's on your playlist? Couple songs or bands that are there.
I'm a bit of a nerd. I was in orchestra when I was younger. I love classical music. So you'll see a bunch of classical music playlists that I listen to when I work in the morning and at night. But let me just tell you right now, why don't I pull it up? Let's see the most recent played song. Riptide, the Flick Flack remix of Vance Joy.
All right. All right. I like that. So when you think about your preferred mode of transportation, is it a car, public transportation, a motorcycle, plane, or walking?
I heard you emphasize one. Motorcycle for sure. I just love the feeling of being free and the thrill of the exposure and speed. And I love riding motorcycles. 100% choice.
Yeah, I had a little insight on that one. So, all right, here we go. Some more. Singing or dancing?
Singing.
All right. Favorite pizza topping?
Meat lovers.
All right. Drums or guitar?
Guitar.
Cat or dog?
Dog.
All right. Early bird or night owl?
Both.
How about you both?
Night owl.
Right.
Yeah, night owl.
Numbers or letters?
Numbers.
Do you prefer stability or uncertainty?
Uncertainty.
Generally speaking, hot or cold beverages?
Cold.
All right. And then the last one. So best advice you received as an entrepreneur that you'd like to share with the folks today?
I've received a lot of great advice. That's a challenging one. And in fact, I have a whole document of sage wisdom from the many mentors and advisors and people I look up to. I think the number one for me is to surround yourself by good people and a great team.
Well, that's great advice. Well, my friend, that's it. One take, 15 minutes, we're there. So thank you so much for your time. Best of luck with all the things that you have going on at Covered, and look forward to coming back to you in the future and reading about all the great things you got going on.
Thanks, Mark. I know we can't do a retake, but the most frequented place is Illegal Pete's. I eat there like 4 days a week. I don't know why that didn't come to my mind. So redo on that.
That's all right. No, we're good. We'll add it to the end. All right, my friend, we'll sign off for today. So thank you so much.